Good day, everyone. You're welcome to Scratch for Beginners. This is a introductory part of Scratch. So if you're a beginner in on Scratch, I advise you to listen attentively to these parts because you're going to need it in your programming journey. Okay, so if you are advanced, just go through the videos in this list, then you can see a project to work with. For a beginners, you are welcome. So let's start. My name is Abiodun Olushola. I'm a coding instructor. Scratch is a visual programming language for beginners, for very beginners. It makes it easier for kids to program, to enjoy programming. Because I must tell you, looking at the black screen and all these if variables, all those stuffs, they can be boring. But with Scratch, you are to enjoy your programming, you are to enjoy coding, just enjoy, have fun when you are programming, feel relaxed when you are programming with Scratch. So that's why they make it visual programming language for a very beginner. All right, so I will introduce each part of the section on the screen and why it's very important for us in our programming journey, why we need to use them in our programming journey. So I will start from this card that is showing here. This card that you are seeing here is we call it a display area. Where this card is showing is display area. Okay, this card is showing on the display area. Okay, so this is the display area for the card. From here to here is display area. Okay, so my card is showing from there. So it's very important to know that whenever you pick a sprite, it's going to show from this display area. And I can still pick another sprite again. Okay, from this display area I can pick another sprite. Okay, so this another sprite, just other sprite I can click, I will just come here to pick another sprite. Okay, so because basically I'm not going to work with only one character for the rest of my life in programming. Okay, so I want to work with another sprite, I will just come down here, choose a sprite. Okay, let me say I want to pick another sprite, Avery. I want to pick this guy to complement my cat. I will just click on him. Great, so now I have this guy Avery and the cat. So if you go to your pick a sprite, you have various sprites there that you can work with. You have various cards sprites starting from all animals. So these are the sprites by animals. Okay, we have animals, we have people, fantasy, we have dance. So these are the beautiful dancers, see them dancing here. So we have music. Okay, we want to play a music, to set a music up. So we will work with sprites a lot in Scratch. Okay, so this is a sprite. Okay, you can see that this, okay, I want this sprite, I want to do something about them. This guy is facing, they are facing the same place, I want them to be facing each other. How do I do that? You see this area, these are the properties. If I click on this right now, I check on this sprite. From this downward, this is a character area, characters. Here I have list of my sprites here. Okay, I have list of my sprites. The sprite that is showing on the display area, I have their list here. So from their list I can do anything with the sprite. If I click on one, I click on cast now, you see cast the check, the size is 100. Let me change the size to 150 and let's see what's going to happen. See, it's bigger now. So from these properties now I can change any, I can play with the sprite. I have show, I have direction. So this show, if I want to make if I want my cat to be hiding, I want to be seeing on the display area, I'll just click on this second eye, the close eye. So it's closed, it's not showing again on the display area, but you can see it's showing on the character area. Okay, so this character area will tell you as a programmer that this sprite is there but it is hidden, you cannot see it on the screen. So you have to make sure you click on show so that you can see it on the screen again. So this direction now, this direction is showing right direction. I want it to be showing left direction. Okay, so I want to make it to be 90. Okay, so you turn it to 90 or you type the 90 here, but it's turned upside down. Why? It's because the direction just turn it upside down. So you have to make sure it's rotating. Okay, this is rotating, it's not left and right. So I want to make you to turn left and right. So you see this button at the middle, so you just click on the button at the middle. So let me click on the button. It will show left and right now. Great. It's showing, it's standing up or upright now instead of upside down. It's standing upright. So that is great. So now they are now facing each other, but they are on white screen. Why? It's because the backdrop here is white. That's why we have backdrop. We have a stage for them. You come down here, you see a stage and a backdrop. Choose a backdrop. So let me pick a backdrop. I don't want to be using white backdrop, so I have to choose a backdrop. Let me look for a backdrop I'm going to choose a backdrop. Click on choose a backdrop. Okay, so you can see various backdrops that I have on my screen, so I can pick the one I want to use here. Okay, so I have fantasy under the sources, the categorize them: fantasy, music, sports, outdoor, indoors. So they are now categorized differently. Okay, so I have patterns, so they are categorized now. So I want to use under outdoors. Let me pick a backdrop outdoors that fits the two of them. I have cat and a guy walking. Okay, let me pick uh woods. Yeah, I love woods. Let me pick woods. Great. See, this guy is here now. This guy, let me move them downward. Okay, so the cat is there and the guy is there also. So two of them now, they are friends now. They are looking at each other. Okay, so if you want to pick another backdrop, you just come down here to pick a backdrop for your sprite. Okay, now I have this guy, now. See, two of them, they are like, they want to work. Don't forget Scratch programming. You can create animation. You can create animation with Scratch. You can create a game with Scratch. Create a story. Write you write with your friends. Create a card. You can do so many things with Scratch. Okay, so this guy now, if I want to make it a animation, a cartoon, so I can make them to be working and be talking with each other, courtesy of this code here. Okay, don't forget you have code. Okay, we have code, I have costumes, I have sound. These are the tabs. I have sound. Okay, so from the sound also, you can come down here to pick a sound. If you want to use another sound, just come down here, you pick a sound also. So this sound is categorized also animals. Okay, so this animal, I think this is a goat sound. So let me go for cat sound. Meow. Okay, so let me pick a cat sound. It's here already. Okay, it's already even there. So this is a cat sound too. All right, so you pick a sound that you want to use to happen to your project, and I'm sure you are going to use all those stuff to make it happen in your programming. All right, so these costumes now, like I told you, this guy is like, you want to work. Okay, so if you want to animate, you want to make it animate, you have to work with costumes. Working with the costume is very essential. Okay, and see, I have 1, 2. See, as I'm clicking each one, it's like the cat is walking, but it's not moving anywhere. Okay, so this tells you that if you want to animate your sprite, you work with the costumes. Okay, so when we get there, you see how we do that. So let's go to the codes now. Okay, so this code now, these are the coding is set of instruction given to computer to perform some task. Okay, now I want this guy to perform some tasks now. How do I control them? Will I tell them move? Will they hear me if I say move? They cannot hear. It's only human being can tell move that you're going to move. But from computer, you have to instruct by certain command. These are the command. Okay, code is a command for computer. For this cat now, I want to command it to move. I can't tell it move and it will answer me. If you are saying move and it answers, something is wrong. It's not cat again. It's something else. So that means if I want this cat to work, I'm going to work with the codes under it. I have motion here. This motion deals with the movement of your sprite. Okay, if your sprite is moving up, down, front, back, jumping, clapping, doing any sort of movement, either is just sitting down and be looking move and stand up. So this motion deals with that. Okay, I have move 10 steps. I number one code under motion, and you see the color. Each blocks has its own color. Each blocks of code has its own colors. See, this is blue, is represented by blue. Another color again is represented by purple. Okay, so we have different colors that's represented for each code, but I'm clicking on them, they are changing codes. Okay, so which is very make it very easy for us to identify the block of code we are using. So we are dealing with movement. Any movement on your on your program, make sure you just come to this motion straight and look for the list of code that we have here. We have move 10 step, turn, all the stops, we have them. You just pick the one you want to use that will affect your programs. Okay, so after them we have looks. Also, looks deals with the actual appearance, how your sprite looks, how it looks. So that's why we have motion. Motion deals with that. Okay, looks deals with that. Sorry, looks with this with that. Actual appearance of your looks. You can see I have next costume here. Next costume. Let me click on next costume. See, it's moving. You remember that before this guy moves, I went to the costume other right, but next costume now. See, next costume, you have costumes here. Next costume. So this costume, if you have more than one costumes for your sprite, see, I have two costumes now. So this guy now working next costumes. I'm using next costume. Okay, so it's switching costume, which is very nice. So looks this with that outward appearance of your sprite. Say hello for 2 seconds. Also saying hello now, which is very nice. So I have sound also, like I pick a sound, start sound, play sound, stop sound. Okay, if you want your sprite to make a sound, make a music, play a music, do sort of any working with any sound, anything that's related to sound, we work sound. So we have events here. This event triggers your program to start. Like it makes your program to start working. Okay, with this event now, I want to start. Instead of clicking on each block of code, which is very wrong, don't do that. You have to trigger your code to run. I want my code to run by clicking on something. For example, now I want my code to run when I click on this flag. That's when I have when flag clicked, you can see the flag is there, the green flag is there. When green flag click, move 10 steps. Instead of coming there and click on this move 10 steps, I will just click on this guy, move 10 steps. Then I see it's moving. See it's moving now. Okay, so say hello and next costume. So now let's see what's going to happen. Instead of clicking them one after the other, which is going to waste my time, I'll just add a code, the event that's going to start it, then add them together, then click on this guy, on this green flag, move 10 steps, say hello, and change costume. See now, it works one after the other. So when we have one or two codes, more than one code that are joined together now, these are my blocks of code. Okay, these scripts. So we call these scripts. Okay, we call these scripts. Right, so we ask, if you are coding, I ask you to go and check your scripts, and me go and check the blocks of code that you have joined together. See this guy, they are joined together now. So you separate them. If you want to separate them, you separate them from the last one in the group. Okay, so I want to remove this hello now. I will click on it like this and remove it. Okay, so after the event blocks, we can move on to control. On control blocks, we have wait 1 seconds. Control, the reason why we use control is to tell the computer what you want it to do. Do you want it to run immediately? Do you want it to run for a particular time? Do you want it to run for a moment? Do you want it to do something before you proceed on doing another thing? So you just control it on certain conditions. You give computer conditions in order to control it. For example, now we have wait 1 seconds here. Okay, so let me start with wait 1 seconds. So this wait 1 seconds is telling my codes, okay, my sprite here, okay, whenever I want to do, just wait 1 second before you proceed. For example, now I want my sprite to move 10 steps, wait 1 second before it says hello, then wait another seconds before you switch to next costume. So let me now change it to 2 seconds, and let's see how we control the cat to move in different direction, in different control movements. Okay, so let me start. See, it moves, wait 1 second, say hello, wait 2 seconds, then it changed the costume. So if I didn't have this wait 1 seconds there, you see that the code will run the same time. Like it won't give time, it won't give rooms for any delay. Okay, so let's start it again. See, just move, say hello, and everything the same time. Okay, so that's why we use control. We use control to let the computer know, okay, to direct it. Okay, before you perform an action, just wait. So I have repeat 10 also. So if I want my sprite to repeat a certain blocks for this particular amount of time, which is 10, you can see this block is different from the other blocks you've been seeing so far. This block has a mouse, like, so you can insert something here, meaning that if you want something to repeat 10, that that block should be inside this opening mouth. Okay, so if I want my mouth or my cat to move 10 steps, okay, I want it to move 10 steps and repeat it 10 times. Okay, I will just have to make sure that this 10 steps is inside this move 10 steps, is the move 10 steps is inside the repeat 10. Then I will now add them together, they stack to top together like this. So now press on my flag, which is cool. You see the movement is going to be different. See, the movement is different from when it moves only 10 steps. Now it's moving 10 steps 10 steps 10 times. Okay, so that's why it's moving like this. I have something like if also. If this if is a conditional block, meaning that before an action can continue, something the condition here must hold. For example, now let's say, let's go to the operators. I want to do something operators. You see these blocks looking like something should be here. Okay, so here now, the condition that's going to hold should be here. Okay, which the condition can be, you can use something in this block to hold the condition, something greater than, something less than, something is equal to, then the condition will hold. For example, now if something, okay, now if number is 50, then move 10 steps. If number is 50, then move 10 steps. So from here now, we can create a number under the variables. So I don't want to get things twisted. So when we get under if, I'm going to explain how we can use the block directly. Just know that this block is a conditional block. Before it can work, this condition must hold. The condition up here must hold. Whatever the condition you are writing, it must hold. So let's go back to the control again. We still have if, then else. Okay, so if then else, meaning that if the condition hold, perform this action. Else, that is if the condition did not hold, then perform this action. Okay, so this is conditional else. So you can have another else again. So this one is wait until. So this wait until is going to wait, it's just going to wait for your program, for your code to reach that stage before it kick off. Wait until score is 5, then do another thing. Wait until the night, the time is 10 o'clock, then, so like you are telling the computer to be patient and wait until something happen. All right, so let's go to sensing. Under the sensing, see I have touching color, I have touching mouse pointer. So this sensing now deals with awareness. Want your program to be aware that something is here now. Like this block, like these two sprite now, they are on their own. The two of them are on their own. This one is not aware that every is not aware that the cat is there. So if the cat is walking, you can see the cat will walk past every without feeling anything. It's because it's not aware. Okay, they are objects. That's why they can't have, they don't have the awareness. See, it's going inside. So but this touching now, this sensing now, if you apply the code, the logic under sensing, if you apply it inside our programs, you see that it's going to create an awareness that okay, another person is here, don't move closer. If you want to bump into him, then move back. Okay, so this touching now, we can use that touching in that aspect. Okay, so if touching now, touching every, so now you can now use this if here to effect that, if it's to effect that, if touching every, if touching every, I want you to move back. Then I'm now going to change it to minus, move minus 10 steps, move minus 10 steps, move minus 10 steps. Okay, if touching every, move minus 10 steps. Okay, so this is creating an awareness. Okay, guy, if you are going, if you see anybody that is every, oh boy, just try to move 10 steps, move a little, move backward. That's why I have negative effect here. Negative, that is moving backward. Okay, you're having positive, you are going positively, but now that you are touching every, move back immediately. Okay, so now let's see, it's going to happen now. It's going, you see now, immediately touch every, you see that the guy has to come back, but something is happening here. It didn't move back so much. It's because we only use the code once. Okay, we only use the code once, so let's use forever here, this forever loop. Okay, so this one is no matter how you touch the every, just have to go back. See now, you have to move back. It's going, you have to move back so that they don't touch each other. So that's why we have the sensing there. So the sensing block is very powerful. It makes your program become reality. It makes it real. Everything you are doing, it becomes real. Okay, everybody will enjoy what you are doing. Like, okay, this is the cat can see I'm here, the ball can see I'm here, the goalkeeper can see I'm here. So when we start the programming, all this, when we start coding our games, you see how we are going to manipulate all these codes together. So let's go to operators. Okay, operators here is the mathematical function. Okay, you can see empty string here, another empty block, empty space, then plus, we have plus in between, we have minus, we have equal to, we have divided, pick random 1 to 10. So this one are this with mathematical function. So we can use, we will use so many of these in our logic, because we programming, we need logic, and when you are working with logic, there's no way you can do away with mathematics. So we work with mathematics also. So let's go to variables. Okay, now I have variables. Okay, variables, we use variables to store values. Okay, so when I want to store a value, I open make a variable. So let me say I want to store a value, uh name name name. Okay, I'm storing a new variable name. Okay, so I have the name here now, name 0. So then I want to start my game now. Like, I want to name this cat, I want to give it a name. So then I will now start to set, see, I have set my variable. Then you click on that variable here inside the name, set my variable to have 0 here. So I can change this to set my variable to Craig. So that is the name, that is the name of the dog. So Craig, so that's the name of the dog. I want to name this dog Craig. So when I start my 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 game, so then when I start this coding now, you see this name change to Craig. Can you see now? It's changed. The name changed. So that means we use variable to store value. So if I want to now use any of this name now, I want to use to change the name, I can still change the name. If something happens, if another person is playing, change the name, do another thing with variable, make a list also. You can make a list of set of actions to do. So let's go to my blocks, which is the last section of the introduction part. So this is my blocks now. Okay, I want to make a block. This is set of like your own functions. Let's say like your own functions, what you want to, what is not here directly, that you want to happen by just using a block of code. For example, now I have move 10 steps, repeat 10. You know, it's a long code. I have to code now, move 10 steps, repeat 10. I can just make in my block, instead of having move 10 steps, repeat 10, and I want to use it somewhere else, and I don't want to write the same code in another place again. I will just come here, make a block, block name move faster. Then I can now name the block move faster, move faster, move faster. Remember that move 10 steps is not going to move faster like the normal one, so I have move faster now. See, define move faster. Okay, so this is move faster now. Move faster is going to repeat 10, move 10 steps, repeat it 10 times. When I start my program, instead of now using, you see, I define that the block now. I define the block. I told you making a block is your function, own function. So this is my own function. I've defined it. Now I want to use it. I'll just come here, get that block, move it to when flag click, guy move faster. I'll now come to this every now. When the flag click, the same thing. When the flag clicked, let's go to my block. It's going to be here. Oh, we have to define it all over again, then move faster. So you make a block again, move faster, move faster, move faster. Okay, so now how do I define the move faster? I have repeat 10 here, then go to motion. Under the motion I have move 10 steps. Okay, so that is all about that. So now then I'll now go back to my blocks. I should now see that move faster is here now. Okay, so now I'm using this block now easily. Okay, so this will allow your code to run faster because I've defined a function now. Function makes your code to run faster. Okay, so what makes you a better programmer is writing a lesser code but perform a mighty function. If you write a small code but that small code is performing great function, so that makes you a powerful programmer. So I'll just click on start now. See, the two guys are moving, doesn't stop them from moving, so they are moving now. See, now all of them, they are just going on their way. Two of them are going on their way. Okay, it's because I'm using this move faster now. For example, now let me just remove this move faster. You see that it won't happen. It's there, it's here now. So let me now say, you see this define is still there. Define, I've defined the code, but I'm not using it. I've defined it here, but I'm not using it now. See if it's going to work. Let's see if it's going to work. You see the cat is not move. It's because I didn't use it. I just define the function only. So defining function doesn't mean it's going to work until you use it. Let me add it together. Until I use it, that is when it's going to work. So if I didn't use this, if I didn't add it together, it's not going to work. So when you define the function, so the most important thing to do is to make it work. Add it together, then it's going to work. Now let me start all over again. You see, it's moving now. All right, so this is all about the introductory part of the Scratch, and I hope you have a great understanding of what is Scratch all about. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more of this. Okay, so we are going to have more lessons covering Scratch. In our next video, we are starting with programming Scratch proper. We are starting a project. Okay, so you're having some cool projects that we are going to be creating in this class. I'm expecting you in our next video. Take care and be good. Subscribe and turn up the notification. I'll be seeing you in the next class, in the next video. Bye.